Morning, folks. Welcome to Big Talk with Bruce Dickey right here on Wabash Catch TV here in Flora on Channel 100 or Channel 25, over in Salem on Channel 3, of course, Channel 100 in Louisville and Sisney and Jeff and all over the place, Browns, Fairfield, Albion, wherever you want to go, you can find us all over the place. You are watching, again, Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. I'm Bruce Dickey. My guest today is Mr. Phil Leib, Coach Phil Leib of the Flora Wolves, and we're going to talk about the Flora basketball team this year, as well as all kinds of other things with Phil over the course of the next short period of time. But before we do that, let's tell you what all is going on today. This is Election Day. It is Tuesday, November 6th. I want you to make sure you get out there and vote. I don't care who you vote for, but you got to. Now you agree with that, don't you, Phil?
Absolutely.
What is the problem with 50 or 60% of the people not voting?
That's why women and men sacrifice their lives so we have the freedoms of that choice.
That's right. Men and women sacrifice for us to do that.
That's
exactly right.
Yep.
Exactly right. So today, Election Day, get out there and vote. Make sure you do. Vote once, vote 10 times. I don't care. That's up to the courts to decide.
Right.
That's the jokes, Phil. Thank you. All right, this is Tuesday, November 6th, and in addition to voting down at Fairfield, at the Fairfield Memorial Hospital, they are offering their first aid / CPR certification to the public, and this is free of charge. The class will be held today from 9:30. It'll start about a half an hour, so you better be on your way pretty shortly. From 9:30 to 1:30, that'll be at the FMH Education Annex building, and that will be in formerly the Union Hall, located on 10th Street. So yeah, the Education Annex building is different from the Medical Arts Complex. That's the one with the overhang. And the Education Annex building is the old Union Hall. So that keeps that straight. That's on 10th Street. For more information, or if you'd like to pre-register, kind of late for that, give them a call at 847-8243. Again, that's the Fairfield Memorial Hospital today. Also, the Better Breathers Club support group is having their meeting over in Olney today. That's at the Carl Richland Memorial Hospital. That'll be at 1 p.m. this afternoon, and that will be in the Carl Richland Memorial Ambulance Garage Classroom. So you'll be able to find that again at 1 o'clock today. And also, I believe this is the last day today, Tuesday, of the Usborne. Nobody has told me. I feel terrible, Phil, that I'm probably announcing the name wrong. Usborne. How do you pronounce that?
I think you did it great.
Is it Usborne?
That's what I would go with.
Yes. Well, I appreciate that.
Notice I'm not trying to say it, but
well, yeah, I get it. Yeah, I understand. I'm out here on the limb. Let the host stand out by himself. Right. I get it. That's fine. That's at the Flora Public Library today. This is the last day of their big book fair, and it's been an outstanding deal. They're selling lots of new titles. Usborne consultant Ginger Robbins can help you make whatever selection you need, as they have selections. It's mainly an educational group. They do a fun job, and 50% of the sales result in free books for the library. So you're helping out a good cause. If you're interested in more information, go to bookslady.com. Bookslady.com. That's some of the things going on today. What is on television tonight to watch, you ask? Well, it's like I told you earlier, it is election night. There's going to be election night coverage all evening long. Check your local stations if you're checking out, wanting to see who's winning the local races. You've got the state representative races here, as well as John Shimkus has the congressman race, and not a whole lot in Wayne County. I don't think there's much in Clay County either, is there?
Not a whole lot.
I didn't think there was.
Yep.
Mainly statewide. Of course, the governor race going on as well tonight. Check your local listings for that. Nationally, you can go to Fox News on the fiber. That's channel 640. If you want to go to CNN, that's channel 122. MSNBC, channel 619. Or if you want the Bloomberg spin, Bloomberg TV is channel 131. I'm sure you know your way around that, but that's your places to look tonight. Also, Football is on tonight. It's Tuesday night. I love that NCAA. Now, isn't this the best thing? NCAA football in November basically starts going every night of the week.
Unbelievable.
It's the best thing ever.
Yeah.
You're a basketball coach. And you even like football.
I do. I love watching football. I love watching NCAA football.
Isn't it fun?
Basketball. It's fun.
It's fun. And that is tonight's Kent State at Buffalo. It's MACtion, the MAC conference, getting in the act. That's at 6:30 tonight. That's on ESPNU, channel 642. And also a couple of games in the NHL tonight. Take a look at the NBC Sports Channel, channel 216 at 6:30 this evening. It's Edmonton versus Tampa Bay. And then also a little later than that at 7 o'clock tonight on Fox Sports Midwest. The Blues are back in action. They won last Thursday night, playing pretty tough right now. They've got Carolina, the Hurricanes, coming in to the Enterprise Center to take on the Blues. My guest today is Mr. Phil Leib, and we're going to talk about all kinds of different things when we return. You are watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey right here on Wabash Catch TV. Phil and I'll be back right after these. Stick around.
Welcome to Clay County Hospital. Clay County Hospital and Clinics offer the best in services and care in the area with a staff that strives to provide the very best in patient-centered care. We offer full hospital services including radiology, therapy, surgery, labs, and emergency services. Our clinics located in Flora, Louisville, and Clay City allow us to reach out to Clay County residents so that you never have to go far from home for your healthcare needs. In addition to our regular provider staff, we also offer affiliated specialty provider services at our Flora clinic. Finally, have a minor injury or illness but don't want to wait for an appointment? Our walk-in, no-appointment clinic hours in Flora are Monday through Thursday, 11 a.m. until 8 p.m., and Saturday from 8 a.m. until noon. Make Clay County Hospital your number one choice for healthcare, convenient and close to home.
Clay County Hospital, your number one choice in healthcare.
Get what you want and nothing else when you order a la carte internet from Wabash Communications. Wabash Communications is now able to offer a la carte internet called broadband only with fast download and upload speeds, reliable service, and unlimited data usage. No phone services required for our broadband only plans. Our broadband only menu includes packages up to 1 gig download. Call us at 665-3311 now to order. Service availability and internet speed will depend on location. Contact us for details.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
Hi, my name is Bruce Dickey at Wabash Catch TV's Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Watch us each weekday right here on your local cable station. We're on at 9 a.m. with a repeat at 9 p.m. It's your local TV talk show with plenty of information, fun, and frivolity to get your day started right or maybe even ended right. Please contact me at 665-9970 or at bruced@wabash.net if you are a member of your organization would like to be a guest on the show. That's 665-9970. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Hey, thanks for watching.
Your call is very important to us. Please hold. Your call will be answered in the order it was received.
Tired of paying a big faceless company for your local telephone service in Flora? Now you can easily switch your 662 telephone number to Wabash Communications in Flora. That's right, Wabash can now provide local phone service to the Flora area, and yes, you can keep your 662 telephone number. It's available to both business and residential customers. Call us today at 662-3636. Wabash, your local telecommunications provider.
Welcome back to Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. My name is Bruce Dickey. Thank you so much for tuning in today. My guest today, we're going to talk it's a preseason look at the Flora Wolves basketball squad, and my guest is the head coach of the Flora Wolves boys team, Mr. Phil Leib. How you doing, Phil?
Hey, I'm doing better than I deserve. Very blessed to be here. And
well, I appreciate that. Well, yes. I appreciate you coming in because you and I, you've seen me around for doing ball games for many, many years. I've been doing it for 25 years now or something like that. You and I really haven't never talked too much, have we?
No, just in passing after games. Hey, Bruce, hey, Phil. So nice game.
So I've really been looking forward to dig in and get all Phil's secrets on how they keep winning all the time.
I don't know if there's any secrets out there, but I'm an open book.
Tell us about
a very thick one.
Let's talk a little bit about Phil Leib. We've got an hour to burn through here, Phil. So we're going to talk about all kinds of stuff. Let's talk about the Leib family and the legacy of the Leib family in Flora, especially in Flora basketball.
I'll tell you what, God's blessed us so much with the ability of athleticism and with the work ethic that we had. Our family was blessed with some awesome parents, with Harold and Ruth Ann Leib. They're watching. Hey, Mom and Dad.
Hi, Harold. Hi, Ruth Ann.
But Dad had the work ethic. Mom had the dream. So you put that together, it's just a great combination. But
really?
It was, Mom was never, there's no star that wasn't reachable. And Dad, well, if you want to work for it, you want it, you got to go work for it.
So
it's not going to be given to you.
So who got you out onto the, and this is one of the most important, I always ask folks who were good athletes at some point in their lives, who got them out onto the court through till dark and after dark? Or it has to be you yourself at some point, but somebody starts putting you out there.
I think, is a grade school coach and just taking interest in us. It's just another person taking interest. But we had our neighbor. We didn't even have a basketball goal growing up over at Clay City. All we had was our neighbors who had one. I remember we used to shovel their driveway so we could shoot baskets.
Yeah.
So we do that, and back in the day when the basketballs, you have to go in and heat them up so that way they'd hold their air and hold the bounce. But if it got too cold, bam, it just died dead. But anyway, then we moved to Flora in the early '80s, and it's a great blessing, and there's no regrets with that. But it was just kind of we had that desire to play, but that passion wasn't really there yet. And then Coach Welch came along and just saw some potential in all four of us, and kind of threw the ball out there to us and really pushed us to be what we designed to be, so to speak. And that's a blessing and a good basketball player, and we was able to do that with our athleticism and our desires.
How big were you in high school?
I was 6'4". If I really stretched upright, but it's 6'4".
Did Coach Welch try to have you play mainly a 6'4" at that time, and actually again now is kind of a power forward slot,
absolutely.
A 4, and he had you playing a 4 as well, right? But that was when you were doing the post up and the switches, right?
The shuffle. We went through the shuffle with the center, but. So anyway, my sophomore year, between my freshman and sophomore year, I grew from 5'10" to 6'3". And then a big jump, and I took coach's recognition. So ended up working out to 7th, 8th man as a sophomore, and then as a junior, I ended up starting because my brother Greg tore his patella tendon.
He was just 1 year older than you, right?
1 year older at the Fairfield game. Anyway, so that lineup, we had Mark Stanley at 6'6", Dave Gish at 6'5", I was 6'4", Tim Locum 6'4", and Steve Gregert at 5'11". So I played a guard.
I forgot Locum was that long ago. I was thinking was he younger than you?
He was a year younger than me.
Okay, all right, okay. So he had Tim. And Jim came along later, right?
Right. Jim was with my brother Curtis.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The Leibs and the Locums together.
Yeah.
For the rest of the conference, that really. Don't think that the rest of us conference folks forgot about that. We all remember that. Okay, so how was Greg out for the rest of the year? He was, wasn't he?
He was out the rest of the year. He is such a warrior and just hard nosed and just did the dirty things. And he was probably one of our crucial players. He wasn't necessarily the leading scorer, but he's on the verge of becoming that. But so we lose our best players, so to speak, and we still go 28-2.
Yeah.
And people wonder, well, how are you guys so successful? We had some amazing talent back then. But talent is just talent unless it's harnessed, unless it's capitalized on that. And Coach Welch did an excellent job with that. And so Greg got hurt I think, second or third game into the season. At that time, I was averaging about 14 a game, and I was coming off the bench. And then my brother, I remember him getting carried off into the locker room. That's really the only time I ever seen him tear up.
Really?
Because his kneecap was sliding up his leg because there's nothing to hold it down. He ripped that patella tendon in two. And so he was out the rest of the year. His goal was to get enough back that he could run out for senior night, just for warm up and just for senior night.
Yeah.
And it was amazing because here Greg is in the knee brace, limping out there, and my dad fell off a Halliburton truck, fractured his wrist and shoulder, so he's like this, and all we needed was Mom to play the flute and hold the flag, and we'd been great. But he was a tremendous warrior for us and kind of set the tone. But yeah, he got hurt his senior year, and I ended up starting that night and started the rest of the year. And
now tell me a little bit about the 28-2 coming off of the team that qualified for state the year before. You didn't play much on that team. You weren't on that.
It was garbage time. So.
Yeah, but I mean, you still got to play. Was that the thrill of a young lifetime anyway, being able to play on the assembly hall floor?
Absolutely. I mean, at that time we had 4 channels growing up, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, and U of I basketball is on probably once a week. I mean, we remember watching that, and at some day you think, boy, and then IHSA was, it was incredible. The state tournament, it was all eyes were glued on that. Come March Madness was March Madness. It's in the Assembly Hall. It may have not been packed, but I guarantee you it was full. Mm-hmm. It was incredible to watch. So you're watching that growing up. You're watching the Lawrenceville Indians. You're watching Effingham Flaming Hearts and the Havana Ducks and all those
Mount Pulaski's,
all those teams growing up, and all of a sudden you think, here I am as a young kid, sophomore in high school, going out into the Assembly Hall on the floor, and it was so neat because Greg was a junior, I was a senior. I was a sophomore, and my sister Leah was a freshman cheering.
Yeah.
So we had 3 of us down there on the floor. So Mom and Dad was so proud, and rightfully so. But it was just an incredible atmosphere to step out onto Assembly Hall and be a part of that. And it was over with quickly.
Well, I was going to say that was the year McLeansboro won.
They did.
Who knocked you guys out?
Providence St. Mel.
They were pretty good.
They were pretty good. they were Class 1A, and they had 5 Division I athletes.
Yeah. So, okay, I'm sitting there thinking if I can remember that Lowell Hamilton was still on that team. He would have been a junior, I guess, on that team.
They were sophomores. No, you're right. They were juniors. They were juniors with Lawrenceville
when they played Lawrenceville.
Yes.
Oh gosh, I can't.
Terry Miles, Fernando Bunch, Joe Jackson.
I was trying to come up with Fernando Bunch's name because Where did he play? You said they all played Division I. I'm trying to remember where Fernando played, Illinois State or something like that, I think.
Yep. I remember Joe Jackson later on played at Northern, and I remember him as a player watching a highlight film, and he was on the free throw line, and he caught a rebound from on the free throw lane itself and dunked it. Just one-step dunk. This is so that was an athleticism.
35 years ago when that didn't happen.
No, this is that. I remember practice leading up to that game. Coach Welch had wiffle ball bats, working with us on post drills, just swatting it left and right. Yeah. He goes, "This is what it's going to be like," and you know what? It was pretty much like that. He tried, but it was unbelievable.
Who'd you beat in the Super that year? I'm trying to remember.
Madison.
Yeah.
We upset Madison. I think they were number 2 that year.
Yeah, I thought they were.
But we upset them, and that following year we were 28-2. Madison upset us.
That's kind of what I was thinking. I thought you had the doubleheader against Madison, basically. The one versus, at least you each got a year to win.
That's right.
Who did McLeansboro beat Providence St. Mel in the final? I'm trying to remember.
I don't think so.
I think they got beaten the third in the semi, right?
Was it Mount Plaster or Mount Carroll? One of those two.
I can't recall.
They shot like 70%.
Mount Carroll. Because McLeansboro beat Mount Carroll in the finals.
Yep.
It is so bad to be 50 years old and still having some memory, isn't it?
That's right.
We're all still very bitter. Well, you see, that was cool though that you had that experience and able to take that into the next year, and having gone through that, Phil, that also gives you probably a little extra incentive in trying to teach the kids, your players now, how to get forward and how to get because you've taken your team up there.
Right, and that's a good point. It's we all as coaches start out in the same on the same level, same course. We started practice yesterday. Everybody's always excited and ready to go and antsy. We're all on a level playing field, but at the end of the day, end of the season, there's only one team left standing on that podium. There's only now there's only 4 teams that's playing in Carver Arena there in Peoria, and that's the goal for each and every team. I mean, just like in college, to play in the March Madness, the NCAA tournament. I mean, well, that's why we practice. That's why you put in those hours and hours of conditioning, hours of shooting on your own, and that's something that I wish players would understand and parents would understand. It's not about you getting your kid and scheduling them games so they can play another game.
Yeah.
It's about your son, your daughter getting out on their own.
Getting the experience.
And when it's 90, 95 and shooting baskets on your own and getting the experience and getting the passion and desire and the work ethic for the love of the game of basketball. So.
One last thing before I leave the state tournament experience. Disturbing's a bad word. Disappointed might be a better word. That it's no longer in Champaign and it's moved to Carver.
At the first few years, it was still great.
You participated at both.
Exactly. I mean, I will say the nostalgia of Assembly Hall. I mean, that is not the same. Doesn't compare to Carver Arena there in Peoria, but it's still an arena's arena.
Yeah.
There's just something about Assembly Hall that you just walk in that's just kind of majestic.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're in Illinois,
there's a mystique. It's a gigantic flying saucer.
Exactly. You walk in, and how many people play on that? And Carver Arena and Peoria, they've done a fantastic job hosting throughout the years, and it's been some awesome games you've watched and witnessed there since low 90s all the way through to where we're at now. So mid 90s to where we're at now. But the state tournament's been awesome. Been as a player and been as a coach and been as a fan. So
either way, as long as you can get to the state tournament, that's really cool. Either way, probably, I suppose, right?
It really is. It really is. It's pretty cool.
Talking here with Phil Leib. He's the head coach of the Flora Wolves. We're going to talk about all kinds of different things today. We'll probably end up getting to this year's Wolves team eventually. You are watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey right here on Wabash Catch TV. I'm Bruce Dickey. That's Phil Leib. We'll be back right after these words. Please stick around.
It's my choice. It's my choice. It's my choice.
So many of our county residents have treatment or surgeries done at larger hospitals. What they don't always realize is that they have a choice to select where they can have physical therapy or any number of post-operative treatments and follow-ups. Clay County Hospital is your choice. Talk with your specialist, surgeon, or primary care provider and let them know that you want to stay close to family, friends, and most importantly, home.
Clay County Hospital, your #1 choice in healthcare.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Le Mans Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Le Mans always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at lemansonline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
Get what you want and nothing else when you order a la carte internet from Wabash Communications. Wabash Communications is now able to offer a la carte internet called broadband only with fast download and upload speeds, reliable service, and unlimited data usage. No phone service is required for our broadband only plans. Our broadband only menu includes packages up to 1 gig download. Call us at 665-3311 now to order. Service availability and internet speed will depend on location. Contact us for details.
Hi, my name is Bruce Dickey of Wabash Catch TV's Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Watch us each weekday right here on your local cable station. We're on at 9 a.m. with a repeat at 9 p.m. It's your local TV talk show with plenty of information, fun, and frivolity to get your day started right or maybe even ended right. Please contact me at 665-9970 or at bruced@wabash.net if you are a member of your organization would like to be a guest on the show. That's 665-9970. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Hey, thanks for watching.
At Wabash Communications, our goal is simple: to keep people connected. And today we are doing just that, better than ever, by delivering the latest technology and personal service only a local provider can offer. We offer services anywhere from fast, reliable internet, TV services, and home monitoring solutions to crystal clear local and long-distance phone service. Wabash continues the commitment we started back in 1952, delivering a great connection to the most important people we know, our customers. So choose Wabash, the local service from people you can trust.
Welcome back to Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. I'm Bruce Dickey. Thank you so much for tuning in today here with Phil Leib. We do appreciate you hopping in here. Phil is the head coach of the Flora High School basketball team, and you've been there how long now, Phil?
Oh, Lord. The Lord has blessed me with 18 years here at Flora High School. So I'm just starting my 19th season.
Wow. So, all right, first day you're as a coach. You were assistant coach with Coach Winters, right? Were you? No?
No.
Did you coach at all before you started coaching at Florida?
I did. I was at a little town called Henry Snatchwine. It's just north of Peoria.
You're going to have to help me. Henry?
Snatchwine. Yeah, after you butchered that name of the Oots family.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not going to say it.
That's right.
You're saying Henry. That's cool, Henry.
That's cool and Henry. That's fine. I was there 8 years. God bless me to be there 8 years and started an awesome family. My wife and I had 5 children there.
Yeah.
So we were away from Flora for a while.
Were you living in Henry? I know where Henry is, but is Snatchwine near?
It's just a community. They compiled some other communities together.
I love that name.
I know, Snatchwine.
It's like somebody's taking your wine bottle.
It's hard to put on T-shirts when you're doing camps, but otherwise it was great. We couldn't leave it off.
Yeah, no way.
But we was in Henry for 8 years, and my wife and I and our 5 awesome children, and then I coached junior high for 6 years, an assistant at the high school there for a year, and then I took over as a head coach my final year there. And then we went 500, which for Henry that's actually kind of good. And
up there's a lot of good basketball teams.
There's some good basketball teams, but they've had some fortunes here lately. But and then the job here at Flora opened up, and then in coaching sometimes it's you just got to be careful what you go into, where you come out of, and my wife. I love her to death. That she is an awesome lady. She's my biggest supporter, my best friend here on this earth. And but she's just vowed she would not live or move back to Flora.
She's from Flora originally?
We're high school sweethearts.
Oh, I didn't realize.
High school. I got in trouble in English class in my junior year, and rest is history. I got moved right in front of her.
Oh, no.
There in English class, and asked her out.
Could you tell me if I'm not supposed to say was or were here?
That's about right. But anyway, we just kind of hit it off, and so we've been married. This would be 30 years in June.
Congratulations!
Thank you. It's awesome.
Outstanding.
God's blessed me so much with an awesome wife, and who we're equally yoked with, and she's just my best friend.
You got married in college.
We did. We got married in college. I was a senior.
Where'd you go to school?
Went to Northern Illinois University.
Okay. All right.
Fortunate enough to play basketball there on a scholarship, and getting ready to start my senior year. I had 4 coaches in 4 years.
Oh,
my college
wow.
I was like the black plague of coaches. When they saw me coming, they're like,
I'm sitting here trying to go over the Northern Illinois coaching lineup in my head. I can't get back to 1990. I'm sorry.
I went there with Jim Rosborough. He gave me a full ride scholarship as a walk-on. I started at OCC for 2 years.
Yeah.
I was there 2 years, went to Northern for 2 years, and Jim Molinari came on.
Yeah, Jim Molinari, because this was before he went to Bradley.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right. And then
I was thinking Molinari. That was the one that was popping into my head, and I just couldn't come out with it.
So he's, Coach Mo pulled me in his office. Hey, Phil, see you're walk on, and they gave you a scholarship. And I said, yes, sir. I said, I may have to take that scholarship. I said, well, Coach, I'd at least like to prove myself. He said, I know, I understand, but I may have to take that. I said, well, I'm getting married.
You almost got creamed.
I did, but I said, but I'm getting married in June. So I pulled out the married card, and he said, and he kept me on. Actually made me a captain, maybe a starter. I mean, it was.
Well, you see, now that's the thing.
Experience.
You had the maturity level that he was seeking for somebody to help the rest of his team.
And we ended up turning that around. We was over 500. And the following year, stayed as an assistant coach, and we went to an NCAA tournament that year. And then I went with him to Bradley for a year, and then they cut that position as a coach. and then that's why I ended up in Henry.
I see. Oh, wow.
And then
it's a widely varied, because Henry, how big was the school at Henry when you were there? A couple 300? Probably not even that.
About size of North Clay.
Yeah,
really,
that's kind of what I was figuring.
Yeah. Kind of small school, but was there for 8 years, and I didn't think, even when I was going to college, I was playing basketball, I was thinking, I don't know why I'm doing this, I'm never going to use this, I'm never going to be a teacher, I'm going to be a college coach.
Yeah.
And that's what I want to do, that's what's my passion, but I fell in love with my wife. It didn't work out because, and thank goodness, I followed God's plan instead of my plan, because we had 5 children, awesome children, and God called us here. So.
I interrupted you.
No,
I interrupted you. You were in the middle of telling us how you talked your wife into coming to Flora when she vowed and said she wasn't coming.
That is a great story, because you learn as men, it comes a lot better when it comes from somebody else or something else.
Yeah.
And that's what happened. And
really?
Yeah, it's it wasn't me. I know it sounds weird, but God just called us home. And the reason why that is because we was on our way to Evansville, and she was sitting there. She was praying, and all of a sudden I brought it up, because men, we don't bring things up. No. Unless it pertains to us, which it did. I said, Cindy, I think I ought to apply for that job. And she goes, I think you ought to.
Really?
So after I corrected the car off the shoulder, we kept on going. And then I waited, and when I finally called Coach Welch to say, hey, Coach, I think I want to apply for that job. He goes, hey, listen, buddy, that deadline's tomorrow. You need to get that written up and faxed to me or emailed to me, tonight or tomorrow morning. So I told Cindy that was on a Thursday night. She came home. She had a meeting that night. She came home and she started crying. I said, why are you crying? She goes, because I didn't tell you this, but when we was in that car, you asked me, you told me I think I'm going to apply for that job, and I told you I think you ought to. I said, you know why I said that? I said, no, tell me. She goes, I was just praying, Lord, if this is something you want us to do and want us to pursue, he's going to have to bring it up. And it wasn't within 30 seconds that happened.
No kidding.
Yeah, so that's why that's why we were here.
That's a great
19 years later, and still being blessed beyond measure, and hopefully being a blessing to others.
Well, that is a great story. I'm talking here with Phil Leib. We'll get to your team eventually, Phil. I'm telling you we will, but I'm just having a heck of a time listening to the stories. You're watching us here on Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. I'm Bruce Dickey. That's Phil Leib, and we're talking Flora basketball. We'll be back in just a few moments, talk about it probably a lot more than we already have. Back right after these. Stick around.
At Wabash Communications, our goal is simple, to keep people connected. And today we are doing just that, better than ever, by delivering the latest technology and personal service only a local provider can offer. We offer services anywhere from fast, reliable internet, TV services, and home monitoring solutions to crystal clear local and long-distance phone service. Wabash continues the commitment we started back in 1952, delivering a great connection to the most important people we know, our customers. So choose Wabash, the local service from people you can trust.
Welcome to Clay County Hospital. Clay County Hospital and Clinics offer the best in services and care in the area with a staff that strives to provide the very best in patient-centered care. We offer full hospital services including radiology, therapy, surgery, labs, and emergency services. Our clinics located in Flora, Louisville, and Clay City allow us to reach out to Clay County residents so that you never have to go far from home for your healthcare needs. In addition to our regular provider staff, we also offer affiliated specialty provider services at our Flora clinic. Finally, have a minor injury or illness but don't want to wait for an appointment? Our walk-in, no-appointment clinic hours in Flora are Monday through Thursday, 11 a.m. until 8 p.m., and Saturday from 8 a.m. until noon. Make Clay County Hospital your number one choice for healthcare, convenient and close to home.
Clay County Hospital, your number one choice in healthcare.
Hi, my name is Bruce Dickey of Wabash Catch TV's Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Watch us each weekday right here on your local cable station. We're on at 9 a.m. with a repeat at 9 p.m. It's your local TV talk show with plenty of information, fun, and frivolity to get your day started right or maybe even ended right. Please contact me at 665-9970 or at bruced@wabash.net if you are a member of your organization would like to be a guest on the show. That's 665-9970. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Hey, thanks for watching.
Your call is very important to us. Please hold. Your call will be answered in the order it was received.
Tired of paying a big faceless company for your local telephone service in Flora? Now you can easily switch your 662 telephone number to Wabash Communications in Flora. That's right, Wabash can now provide local phone service to the Flora area, and yes, you can keep your 662 telephone number. It's available to both business and residential customers. Call us today at 662-3636. Wabash, your local telecommunications provider.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
Welcome back to Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. I'm Bruce Dickey. We're talking to Phil Leib here of the Flora Wolves. He's the head basketball coach, boys team. And okay, over the years, you've gone to the state tournament. What is the key of a Phil Leib team? I mean, you change your offense to match the kids, change your defense to match the kids. What do you do?
That you're right. I think you got to be adaptable. I think you got to be flexible. I think in our school size that we can't be so rigid that this is what we're going to do, and no matter what. I think you got to be. Are you post heavy? If so, you run some high low offense. You run some post oriented offense. If not, are you guard heavy? Then you spread the floor out a little bit and run more guard oriented offense. And so we've changed it about every 3 or 4 years. I look to tweak things a little bit. And you keep the things I really like and throw away the things that really don't work or hasn't worked or won't work with this group. So even this year, I'm looking at things that are a little bit differently. Last year we put in a 1-2-2 ball press. We had some great length, some good athletes with that group last year, but more importantly, as kind of a defense that kind of keeps you in ball games at times.
See, that's the thing also, Coach, you really over the years didn't press all that much, had you?
No,
this is kind of new to you.
It is. You're just Coach Welch. He told me it comes down to two things: half-court offense, half-court defense. When it's all said and done, you think about it. It really is.
Yeah.
I mean, it comes down to that. Up in Peoria, when you ate the state tournament, it's not about the press unless you're phenomenally athletic, which we are not. A lot of teams aren't around here. But so anyway, we pressed a lot last year. Hopefully, do the same thing again this year. But I've learned with pressing, you got to be able to score first. Otherwise, it's just it doesn't. It's kind of futile. But it kind of slows the game down at times, and people think it may speed it up. It can't do that, but also about more controlling the tempo. And I think that's something we're going to have to do a little bit more of this year, as far as controlling that tempo, and as far as maybe limiting the possessions, not necessarily getting it up and down like a lot of kids, a lot of parents, a lot of fans would love to see. I'm not talking about stall ball, but at the same time, we got to be.
We got to limit possessions.
We got to be conservative. I mean, especially when you're out-talented, out-sized, out-quick.
Well, there's only so many things you can do when you don't have height, right?
Yes.
That's just the requirements of the game. Okay, tell me a little bit. Over the years, you've had some outstanding players, and you've played against, both coached against and played against outstanding players. Who are 2 or 3 that pop into your mind of some of the best you've ever played with and against?
I played with was probably Tim Locum. He was just a phenomenal shooter.
In high school, anyway.
High school. Yeah. I mean, he's just a fierce competitor. He stepped on that floor. He was ready to go. Frustrating in the sense that he was just, you hate the word to say natural shooter, but he was. He just had that form that was just automatic, and so he was a great player.
Why do you hate to say the word natural shooter?
Because it's something that doesn't come naturally. I mean,
really,
as a baby, you're not born to shoot.
I guess you're not laying in your crib.
Exactly.
Like this,
it's something. So he was taught at a young age how to shoot properly, and that just he didn't have to correct those mistakes. So I guess if they say, well, he's a natural shooter, I think he was taught early how to do it correctly, and that's maybe a natural shooter in that area. So
that's an interesting. I hadn't really looked at it that way. In that the earlier someone is taught the correct fashion, the correct manner to do something, they're going to basically practice that more and more than anything else, and that gets rid of any other bad habits that they would have.
Yeah. Because by the time they get to me, sometimes I got to so often I got to fix that left thumb to make sure it's not in their shot. Because when you're young, you got to push that out there. But players that I've coached against or played against, I mean, I didn't play against him per se as a freshman, watching him, but Marty Simmons, I mean, he's just,
every person I ever ask is Marty Simmons.
He's just unbelievable. I mean, you know, we were so excited as a freshman, you know, like a Hoosiers caravan going over to Bridgeport Gym. This has been, you know, 82, I guess.
It was 83.
83.
The end of the 64 run, the 68 game
so
streak.
And he went on to win the state tournament, but we're playing Lawrenceville after winning the regional, which was exciting in itself. But
that was the sectional semifinal at Bridgeport.
A sectional semifinal, and so we get to Coach Welch. You know, we do a box of one on Marty, and I think we held him to 40.
How'd that do?
We held him to 40. It may, I don't know, it may not have been 40, but it seemed like he's scoring that well. But he could. Yeah. He was that dominant as a high school player.
See, that was the same year. Fairfield went through the season 4-19. Somehow won the regional.
Oh my!
And went to that Bridgeport sectional, beat, I want to say, Martinsville in the first game of the sectional, the night after you guys beat Lawrenceville. So Fairfield was playing Lawrenceville in the sectional final. Yeah, that didn't go well.
Probably not.
You guys were win number 63 in a row. Yeah. We were win number 64.
Oh man!
But you guys did better than us because they beat Fairfield. I want to 97-38 or something like that. It was, and they were lucky to get 38.
Yeah, they were that good. But we had some awesome players. I think probably the best post player I've ever seen. He's my brother, but my brother Curtis. I mean,
he was outstanding.
He was an outstanding post player, and you just don't see that too much anymore. I mean, the post team kind of long gone. But
is that because you guys beat the heck out of him growing up, that kind of thing?
Absolutely. I mean, it's hey, if you want that hot dog, you're gonna have to do this first. But we just entice him with a jug of milk or a jug of water. But we were hard on him, Greg and I. But and he appreciates that today. But brother Jason, he's good. He probably would have played for most other teams and most other programs, but he happened to go through a spell at Flora. We had some great athletes, but he did great. So doing well in life. But.
As you went to Northern, did you get? You probably got there right after Kenny Battle left, didn't you?
Yeah, about 2 years
I wondered if
after.
you ever got the chance to meet and play with him while you were getting recruited or anything like that.
Not to play with him or see him, but no.
See, he would have been gone that year, right after you went up there.
Right.
Maybe you got Kenny Battle scholarship.
No, actually, I got the kid who quit the day before. And I thanked him the next day.
Well, that's cool.
It would have been a good story. But no.
I'm trying to embellish you here.
I know.
Who's the best college player you ever played against or saw? Because you'd have played 2 years in the and see, that would have been in the MVC, right? Yep. Or it would have been the MAC.
Yep. Malik Seeley.
Yeah.
Yep.
Played at St. John's.
Played at St. John's. We faced him in the NCAA tournament. He was really good. I mean, he played in the NBA. I mean, he was that good. So,
who's the best player in conference? You remember, or on your team? I'm trying to remember that Northern team.
Donnell Thomas.
Well, I remember that.
Yep, 6'4" post player.
Yeah,
he was just really.
But see, now that's fearless. The thing. When you see a kid that's 6'4" playing the post, that means he's at that level 3 or 4 inches shorter than anybody else down there. Yeah. You know that they are just working hard.
Yeah. They called him D-Train for a reason. Yeah. He was just relentless on the boards. He probably averaged double-double every night. Just broad shoulders. I mean, just athletic. And Donald Whiteside was our point guard. They just complemented each other. They were awesome teammates, and they didn't compete. They just complemented. And when he wasn't leading us, Donnell was, and it was just that's
the goal for the team. Then, isn't it? You really need the cooperation of each other. Absolutely. As opposed to you'd like to have the kids fighting for the basketball, but as long as they don't mind giving it up.
Right.
Whenever they need to. Yeah. I'm talking here today. We're going to get to Flora basketball. I promise you. We're going to get to Flora basketball here in just a minute. Folks, you are watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. My guest is Flora High School basketball coach Phil Leib, and we'll be back, talk a little bit more. Talk a little bit about the LIC, the expectations for the conference this season, who's going to be good, and all kinds of other things when we wrap things up when we return on Big Talk with Bruce Dickey right here on Wabash Catch TV. Back in a sec.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Le Mans always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at lemansonline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
Get what you want and nothing else when you order a la carte internet from Wabash Communications. Wabash Communications is now able to offer a la carte internet called broadband only with fast download and upload speeds, reliable service, and unlimited data usage. No phone services required for our broadband only plans. Our broadband only menu includes packages up to 1 gig download. Call us at 665-3311 now to order. Service availability and internet speed will depend on location. Contact us for details.
Welcome to Clay County Hospital. Clay County Hospital and Clinics offer the best in services and care in the area with a staff that strives to provide the very best in patient-centered care. We offer full hospital services including radiology, therapy, surgery, labs, and emergency services. Our clinics located in Flora, Louisville, and Clay City allow us to reach out to Clay County residents so that you never have to go far from home for your healthcare needs. In addition to our regular provider staff, we also offer affiliated specialty provider services at our Flora clinic. Finally, have a minor injury or illness but don't want to wait for an appointment? Our walk-in, no appointment clinic hours in Flora are Monday through Thursday, 11 a.m. until 8 p.m., and Saturday from 8 a.m. until noon. Make Clay County Hospital your number one choice for healthcare, convenient and close to home.
Clay County Hospital, your number one choice in healthcare.
At Wabash Communications, our goal is simple: to keep people connected. And today we are doing just that, better than ever, by delivering the latest technology and personal service only a local provider can offer. We offer services anywhere from fast, reliable internet, TV services, and home monitoring solutions to crystal clear local and long-distance phone service. Wabash continues the commitment we started back in 1952, delivering a great connection to the most important people we know, our customers. So choose Wabash, the local service from people you can trust.
Hi, my name is Bruce Dickey of Wabash Catch TV's Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Watch us each weekday right here on your local cable station. We're on at 9 a.m. with a repeat at 9 p.m. It's your local TV talk show with plenty of information, fun, and frivolity to get your day started right or maybe even ended right. Please contact me at 665-9970 or at bruced@wabash.net if you are a member of your organization would like to be a guest on the show. That's 665-9970. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Hey, thanks for watching. Welcome back. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. My guest today is Phil Leib. We're talking about Flora basketball. Now, I guarantee it, Phil, we're going to talk about your team.
Yes.
We're talking about Flora basketball. Coming off a pretty solid year. You had a winning record.
We did.
With a team that not a lot of folks expected a winning record.
No.
You were kind of a little short last year, and they played hard, didn't they?
They did. They played hard, and we had a couple of really good shooters, and one of our players got hurt. We were 10-2, and then he broke his foot.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that took a while for him to get back. He was never fully healthy. At Vandalia tournament. Yeah. So, playing St. Anthony Tough, which is a very good team, but we really never did fully recover, but still end up over 500, which is something you want to do to achieve. But at Flora, and the way I measure success is you always strive for that 20.
Yeah.
If you can get to that 20 win, you've done something, and we just fell short. We had about 3 or 4 games where we kind of shot ourselves in the foot. Probably should have, would have, should have, but anyway, that's gone. That's history. Now it's time to move on to 18-19 Flora Wolves, and I'm excited about them. I love these kids. They're going to be good workers. They listen. They're coachable. So it's going to be fun.
How's your team looking in regards to experience coming back?
That's a question I want to avert because.
All right, let me rephrase.
No, that's okay. That's okay. Nick Schaefer, really our only returning player with varsity experience, and he got hurt midway through the season, so we had 2 injuries.
Yeah.
He's all out the rest of the year. He's just starting to come on as a junior, but he'll be a senior. Looking for great things from him with leadership characteristics there. Isaiah Cohn played some varsity a little bit last year as a point guard. So some of the quickest feet, quickest hands I probably ever coaches with a player, and I've coached a lot of players. He's got some really harness potential that we can just untap, I think it'd be awesome. So that's our 2 seniors and Jaron Leib, I think, I hope. And we got some juniors. Alex Wiles. He is just that kid that's just a scrapper. I mean, you want something to take the charge, you want a loose ball. That's Alex Wiles. He's got 5,000. He's going to use them every night. And I know all the officials are out to get him, but it's obviously, I mean, he uses them. He plays hard. Grant Beatty has worked really hard on his game course of the year. He had kind of a bad summer for us because he's hobbled all summer with a sprained ankle. But
when did he get that?
He at basketball camp. He rolled it. Actually, it wasn't from camp. It was from a church youth group activity. He jumped off a flight of steps and landed wrong. That'll do it. So he tried to come back, and he did what he could. But we're looking for. He's 6'4". That's kind of a big height in there.
You got to have some size.
You got to have some size. I mean, at the end of the day, I know short is short, tall is tall, but at the end of the day, 6'4" is going to out rebound 5'10".
Yeah.
I mean, it's just sometimes those
they
balls
have the first shot at it.
That's right. So now, I'll take a 5'10" kid who's going to work his tail off, or 6'4", that kind of lazy. But anyway, so got those 4. We got Gavin Warren as a sophomore who missed last year because of an elbow injury. But
wow, you were really beaten up by injuries.
He has really blossomed, I thought, especially in this preseason. We'll see how the season goes, because it's a big jump going from 8th grade to fresh soft, fresh soft to varsity.
Yeah.
So that's a jump he's going to have to make. Christian Gosey would put him up as an outside shooter against anybody in the conference. I mean, he can just flat out stroke it. But he's got to have some time. He has an opportunity. He's not able to create his own shot, but he can get that shot off. So that's 5 or 6 guys. We got some juniors with Andrew Conrad. Just talk about not for lack of size. I mean, he's about 5'6", 5'7" at most, but man, he'll get in there fighting, scratching.
Well, see, that's the kid. Those are the kids that you're going to have like they're back on in the front of that press.
Yeah,
stealing ball hawking for you.
Go get them.
Yeah,
so, Mason Beckham, kid lefty, just relentless warrior. I mean, he just gets after you night in, night out like a gnat. If I was looking at even below juniors and sophomores, Cole Young as a freshman played some varsity with us this summer. He did some really good things. He was injured last year as an 8th grader.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, it's just a bad year for Flora basketball with injuries. I mean, just significant losses there. But that kind of rounds out the top 8 or 10, if you would. So
yeah, how's your how do you get through the football season? Did you have any football players coming in, and they're all healthy?
They're all healthy. The only one we was looking at is Alex Wiles.
Yeah,
he's a receiver, tight end there for the Wolves, and they came unscathed, so to speak. Cole Young.
Cole Young was getting the ball a lot.
He got the ball a lot and had some big hits. Gave some big hits, but he came out healthy, which we're always encouraged about. But I guess Andrew Pierce was going to go out, but tore his ACL. I mean, he played with us all summer, so he's out.
Yeah, I was going to say Andrew Pierce was such an important part of that football team when he went down too. So he's done for the year, huh?
He's done.
Okay, that's too
unfortunately, because he's a great kid, just the type of kid you love to have around, just because of his work ethic, his attitude, and just the type of kid you want.
Let's talk a little bit about. Well, let me ask you a question. You had some football players. Are you one of the coaches who prefers the kids to specialize, or do you not mind? You like the kids play all kinds of sports?
I like for them to play all kinds of sports. My kids, my 3 boys, my 2 girls, I urge them to play everything. One, I think it teaches you how to be competitive.
Yeah.
I mean, whether you're playing chess, checkers, or tiddlywinks, I mean, you compete. I mean, that's why you keep score.
And that is often a learned trait. I mean, you've got kids who are probably a little inward, a little introverted, and you kind of have to bring that out of them.
That's exactly. It's
right?
I was told early, as a player and as a coach, it's a force of personality. Whether you're quiet or not, you got to get over yourself, stop being selfish, and talk to your teammates, and especially if you're calling out screens or anything like that. But as far as,
let them know.
Yeah, I mean, so whether you're golfing or whether you got to make that putt to make the cut, I mean that's pressure. And I think so often as parents, something Cindy and I didn't do, and something my parents didn't do, sort of putting us trying to avoid stressful situations that because we may face failure, we put ourselves in stressful situations because I'm going to tell you, you're going to face failure a lot more you are success in life.
Yeah. And
how you handle it is going to determine where you end up and what you're doing in your life. And hopefully we can teach these young boys and become young men and be quality citizens as far as husbands and fathers in this community. And that's my goal. That's whether we win games or not. I mean, that's why I'm hired. That's what we do.
But teach, though.
To teach. And that's teach basketball basically teaches life through the game of basketball.
Let's take a look at the Little Illini Conference. Who's going to be what are the teams to watch out for this year in the LIC?
I think Casey's going to be good. I think that they got probably the best center in the conference with Richards. You can't guard him 1-on-1. You have to double team him.
How big is he?
He's 6'4", 6'5", but he's about 230.
Oh, wow.
So you aren't going to move him either. But they got a sophomore guard who was just a very good athlete, can shoot it. And they got another guard, I think, that moved in from Marshall is good. And they got their point guard returning back from last year's squad. So they got 4 quality players with some bench strength as well. So Coach Brandon, Tom does a good job, a Hall of Fame coach up there. I think Olney's going to be good. They got everybody returning back from last year. And Coach Flanagan, he's going to Hall of Fame in March, I think. Congratulations, Rob, if you're watching or listening. Proud of you. Rob. You sometimes as a coach, you always base your success as far as how you compete against those type of coaches. Rob's one of those. He's we just had a lot of battles throughout the year, but he does an excellent job. But he's always gets the most out of his kids. Red Hill, I think, is going to be up there in the upper part of the program.
Oh, so he's turned it around.
He has. Coach Hanville, and they're very senior laden, but they're all about 5'11" to 6'1". But they're all skilled, they're all athletic, they're quick, they can shoot it, they can get to the rim. Post play may hurt them a little bit, but other than that, I think they're going to be competitive.
Coach Bishop back to Lawrenceville?
Coach Bishop, he's back to Lawrenceville. He's be his 30th time.
I was going to say,
every year I ask, are you about to? I was going to say,
every year you wait for Coach Bishop. Okay, I've had enough.
That's right. My knee, but he doesn't. He must love it because he's doing it, and he does a great job with him. He did a good job last year. They didn't win a lot, but I thought they were competing every game.
Yeah.
So they're going to be up there. Robinson's going to be a little bit down on what they're used to, but still, Mac is Mac. He's intense, does a great job as a coach. You're going to get a lot out of his kids. Newton's going to be down. But they lost a lot. And Coach Mimoser step aside, and a new coach up there, Coach Bierman. He's wish him the best. I think he's going to do a great job. And Sean Nugent up at Paris, got things going on up there. They got some height, got some athletes. They had a good football season.
Yeah, they're still going.
They're still going. Hopefully, see how that runs into with football. But I think. That sums up about everybody. I hope I don't leave anybody else.
Miss Marshall.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah,
that's the thing. We don't know much about Marshall. Yeah, I would think
we don't know who the coach is, but I know that Marshall's tradition with basketball is legendary. I mean, they do an awesome job. They'll be competitive night in, night out, and especially when Flora and Marshall throw out the record because it's always going to be a battle.
It always is.
They have a 6'7" post player. Jeez, I'd like to say he's a senior, but I think he's only about a junior now.
Too bad.
He's been playing since 6th grade. But Too bad. But they got some size with him. They'll be competitive. They'll be up there probably in the upper half. So,
well, you see, the LIC in its current form, at least in basketball, has really become a pretty high-quality conference in Southern Illinois, hasn't it?
It has. I mean, you look at it in postseason play, we get a lot of regional champions out of here. We get a lot of tournament champions throughout the regular season in conference play. And there's times, people are like, man, I wish we'd play each other twice, do away the conference tournament. And there's times like, oh, my word. I mean, it's just a bloodbath going through there.
Yeah.
It really is.
How many teams are you playing twice? Because you will play some of them a couple of times.
Yeah, if we see them in the tournament. Yeah, other than that, we don't really see anybody twice. Like the old NEC days, we could play
the double
Fairfield,
round robin.
home and away, and so Carmi, Flora battles, home and away. I mean, those are some great traditions.
Who else do you look at on your schedule being pretty good? I know you've got some other teams.
Out of
the
conference.
Vandalia tournament's always tough.
It's always tough. I mean, we got some new teams in there. Central A&M, I think, is coming in.
Really?
Shelbyville will be back.
Speaking of football.
Yeah, no kidding. We open up, though. It's a great schedule for us. So we open up over Carlisle, Kaskaskia tournament. Open up on a Saturday after Thanksgiving at 3 o'clock versus Pinckneyville. So now you laugh. I will be laughing then. So anyway,
I'm sorry, I didn't mean was that out loud?
Yeah, and then to reward that effort, Tuesday night we followed up with Oakville, the current 1A state champion. So Pinckneyville's got third last year, and then we got Oakville. Then
Oakville lost like one guy.
Yeah. They lost one. Pinckneyville, they had a lot of seniors, but Coach Widener does an awesome job.
Yeah.
Those kids will play hard. They'll be fearless, and
the schools are going to be ticked off too because they got kicked out of volleyball and that kind of stuff. They got kicked
That's
out.
right.
So they're going to have something going.
They are.
Well, I tell you what, Coach Leib, it's been a wonderful pleasure talking to you. I really do appreciate you coming in, and best of luck to the Flora Wolves next year.
Appreciate that. I think that Lord willing, we'll do the best we can. And I'll tell you one thing: we'll compete every night. That's what we're called to do, and that's what we're going to do.
That's all you can ask, folks. That's a Big Talk with Bruce Dickey for today. We'll talk to y'all real soon. Have a great Tuesday.
Thank you.